Several years ago, I was approached by a representative from Chief Oil and Gas, which is now Chesapeake Energy, that wanted to partner with me to try to assess what was going on with the hellbender in Loyalsock Creek. So I came up with this idea of why don't we go out and survey the entire watershed to see if there are any hellbenders still left in the creek and how those animals are doing. And is there any recruitment? Is the population rebounding from the crash back in 2006 to 2008? So our first year, which was 3 years ago, we went and surveyed all the deep water sites in Loyalsock Creek. And why did we do the deep water sites? Because that's where we would find hellbenders in the past. We didn't find them in shallow water. We found them in water anywhere from 6 feet to 30 feet deep, living under big rocks and living in bedrock caves. So our first year was very successful. We found at some sites no hellbenders. We found at some sites 1 or 2 hellbenders, but we found 2 locations that had an unusually large number. We're talking about 7 hellbenders at one site and 12 at another. But that gave us some hope that we now had some small populations that might be seeing the population on the road to recovery. So we continued to study in the next year to keep monitoring those populations. We also assessed the crayfish populations. Is there enough food available for the animal? And we found, of course, that there's plenty of crayfish in the creek. And even though they're invasive rusty crayfish, the hellbenders do feed on them. And we also assessed water quality. We didn't find anything in our water quality tests or analyses that would suggest water quality was having an impact on the population. So this year, which is our 3rd year, we're continuing the study. We're focusing on the populations that had the largest number of animals to see if we can learn more about them. And we're planning to install some artificial habitat structures that could provide a mechanism for us to have better access to the animals at these deep water sites, including the potential to collect eggs from hellbender nests or head starting. In order to do these kinds of ecological studies, you really need partnerships, so including our partnership with the Wildlife Conservation Society's Bronx Zoo for the rearing process. We need support as well to be able to go out and do the work in the streams that we do. We utilize a lot of equipment. We do a lot of scuba diving in the deep water sites. And so we needed some kind of support. So 3 years ago, in discussion with energy companies, in particular Chief Oil and Gas, and then eventually Chesapeake Energy, we were able to get secure funding as well as some physical support from the company to facilitate our study of the hellbender in Loyalsock Creek, without which we could not have done this project.